Welcome to Power Espresso with your host, Michael Dinney, and we'll begin class in a comfortable sitting position. So you can bring your hands over your knees and gently draw your arm bones back, awakening the upper back. And then take a moment to feel your breath. Try to root down through the middle of your sitting bones so that even as the heart lifts up, there's a sense of lengthening in the lower back. And we'll do a round of Kapalabhati breathing before we start the movement. So we start by taking a really small breath in, and then it's an active exhale around the navel, passive inhale. So before you start, take a normal resting breath in, normal breath out, and then take a small breath in, about 20%, softening the belly, and begin. And next, exhale, empty fully, and then hold your breath once you're empty of air. If you know how to apply the throat lock really well, you can also do the abdominal vacuum or Uddiyana Kriya. Tensioning the core, take a breath in. And full exhalation. Totally empty. Hold your breath again. Lock the throat. Gently tension your core. And then take a very slow breath in. Slow breath out. And then we'll come forward, table position. Pushing into your hands, take a breath in. And as you exhale, sit back towards your heels. Inhale forwards, round your back. Exhale, bend your knees, bend the elbows, and lower the pelvis down. Inhale, pressing up to cat pose. Look towards your belly button. Exhale, sitting back. And repeat that. Inhale, roll forward. And then exhale, lower your pelvis, strong in the upper back. Inhale, pressing up, head neutral. And exhaling, slowly sit back. Inhale, roll forward. And lifting the chin, exhale. Inhale, pressing up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out. Modify according to your own needs as you go. And then walk your hands towards your feet for Ragdoll. Bend your knees. Let your torso hang loose, holding on to opposite elbows. If these plants get any bigger, I'm going to have to practice outside. And then roll up nice and slow, all the way to standing. And then when you get to standing, bring your feet together. We'll step to the top of the mat in mountain pose. With an inhale, lift the arms overhead. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Hands past the feet, look to belly button. Inhale, half lift, chin comes up. Exhale, plank, hold the pose. Spread your fingers around your back. Take a few breaths. And then bring your feet all the way together. Keep rounding your back and try lifting the right leg without letting anything else move. And then lift the left leg without letting anything else move. Repeat that a few more times. So engage the buttocks, keep the quads strong, and think of squeezing the legs to the midline, awakening the inner thigh muscles as well. Great, now back to high plank. Take your feet a little bit wider. As you exhale, come slightly forward, pushing off the toes. As you inhale, reach back through the heels. Exhale, push off the toes, come forward. Inhale, reach back through the heels. Let's do a few more like that, going forward and back. So as you go forward, push stronger into the upper palm, and then reach back through the heels. That's the easy part. Good, one more. And then bend your elbows, bring your knees and hips to the floor. And then relax onto your forearms in Sphinx Pose. As you inhale, push off your forearms to lift your chest. Exhale, slowly bring the head down. Relax the effort. Inhale, pull with the forearms, lift the heart, and then the chin. Exhale, relax down. Again, inhale, pull back. Exhale, slowly lower. And last one. Inhale, pulling with the arms. Exhale, slowly lower. Take your hands where your elbows were. Lift the shoulders away from the floor and then pull with your hands on the inhale. Exhale, come down. A few more times. Inhale, lift shoulders and then pull. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift shoulders, pull back. This is full cobra. Exhale, down. And then repeat, or full up dog. Inhale, the difference is pushing the feet down and lifting knees and hips. Exhale from the core, downward dog. And breathe. On your next exhale, push off the toes, coming forward into plank. Inhale, lift the chin, downward dog. Exhale, rounding into plank. Inhale, lift the chin, downward dog. Few more to go. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, down dog. Next exhale, lift your heels and bend your knees. Inhale, step or jump forwards and then look up. Exhale, fold head to knees. Inhale, coming up, arms overhead. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, lift the arms again. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the heart and then the chin. Look between the hands. Exhale, plank pose, hold it. So round your back in your high plank. As you exhale, we'll push off the toes and bend the elbows. And then repeat that. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, come forward. Think of the elbows going back and then a little bit out to the sides. A few more to go. So we're not really looking for elbows by the ribs. We're looking for elbows off of the ribs a little bit. You may have to bring your hands a little bit wider apart to work with that. And try lifting the chin as you go down. And we'll hold this last one. Ooh, how low can you go? So you can bring the knees down, you can bring the hips down. Okay, good, that's good. Let's come down. That was tough, eh? Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale from the core, downward facing dog. Ooh. Sweet molasses, that was difficult. So we'll take a few breaths here, pushing the hips back, spread the fingers. Feel free to bend your knees to get a little more of a back bend. Pressing the heart towards the feet. And then long exhale, lift the heels, bend your knees. Looking between the hands, step or jump, inhale. Land the feet to look up. Exhale, head to knees, folding. Inhale, lift the arms, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms at sides. Bend your knees, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, lift the arms, look thumbs. Exhale, fold, look to belly button. Inhale, look between hands, but bend your knees, bend your elbows, lean in. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, rise up. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. 2 feet on the ground, come forwards a bit. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, left foot forward. Inhale, raise the arms up. Look to thumbs. Exhale, low plank. Hands wide, heart leads the way. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, breathing in down dog. Connect in with the core. So one thing about coming forward a little more, it does challenge the range of motion in the wrist. So if you start to get sore in the wrist, back off a little bit. It is okay to go full, like directly down. That's okay. But the progression is gradually coming more forward, even if that means lowering the knees and the hips down. So you'll get to play with that again on the next round. Next exhale, look thumbs, bend the knees. Inhale, step or jump. Exhale, fold and empty. Inhale, chair pose, arms up. And exhale, standing in mountain pose. Bend your knees again. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend your elbows, lean in. Maybe the feet come up. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot warrior one. Inhale, come up, lift the arms. Exhale, plank pose, chaturanga. So you might lower the knees and then hips. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plank, taking your time to set it up, chaturanga. No rush at all. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then we'll slowly lift the heels, bring the knees down. Interlacing your fingers, come onto your forearms. So we'll start off in like a forearm plank type of movement, pushing through the forearms and wrist, dome the upper back, and then bend your knees, drawing the hips back. Slowly come forward, straightening the legs, shoulders over elbows, and then send the hips back. Do a few more vinyasas like that. And then bring the knees to the floor. Come onto the hands. We'll do that same movement. Bend your knees, push your hips back, and then spring forward into a plank. Bend the knees and spring. So keep working with that. Next step is jumping into a squat. Lift your hips and jump back. Jump forward and jump back. Maybe you get a bit of air time. Jumping into crow. If handstand's more your thing, you can jump into a handstand shape and then land it. Last one. We'll meet up in a squatting position. Walk the feet in a little bit, hip width. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, step on the palms of the hands, toes to forearms. Again, inhale, look up, knees bent or straight. Exhale, fold in and breathe. Engaging in the quadriceps. If your legs are straight, be sure to press into the balls of your feet. That'll help keep your knees happy. You can also engage the buttocks. Next inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, mountain pose in the middle of the mat. Step or jump the feet 3 feet apart, Trikonasana triangle. And then turn your right foot out, left toes in a little. Exhale, reach down for right shin or hook the toe. And look to the top thumb. A great cue is tearing the mat apart, engaging that left glute. That's a great cue until you use your mat a lot and then your feet start to slide away. So keep that power, but squeeze your heels towards each other, awakening the muscles in the back of the right thigh and in the inner left thigh. That inner squeeze relates to also connecting to the pelvic floor, the upward lift. On your next inhale, come up, turn to the other side, left foot out, right toes in a little. Exhale, Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle. So you can tear the mat apart and then try the opposite, gently squeezing the midline. So the inner right thigh muscles, they start to fire up. It's so cool. You take a pose like triangle and there's so much going on. And that inner squeeze can really help with back bending and pelvic floor tone. If your hips are super open like me, you might actually find you get little cramps on the inner legs. It's a good thing. On your next inhale, come all the way up parallel. Exhale, hands to prayer behind the back, Parshvottanasana. Hands together or fists together, right foot out, left leg spins in. Now grounding that left heel, inhale to loop the shoulders up and back, lift the heart and look up. Exhale, gaze down your nose, leading with the chin. Fold over the right thigh. And breathe. If you're a little bit tight, it's really helpful to actually keep your heart up. It's going to train neutral spine, movement in the pelvis, and strong buttocks. If you are super flexible, go ahead and place your lips on your ankle. It's my favorite Richard Freeman cue, lips on the ankle, for all the ambitious people in the back row. And then inhale, come up. Turn to the other side, exhale. Left foot out, right heel drops back. Inhale, lift the heart to a back bend, lift the chin. And exhale, fold over, gazing beyond your nose. Pause at a sweet spot. So once your chin is on your shin, lips to your ankle. Notice the effect. It's probably no effect at all. Notice the edges of the mouth turning up gradually. And then inhale all the way up. Take the feet wide apart, arms wide. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, draw on the low belly, lift the heart. And then exhale, fold, taking the hands to the floor. Again, inhale to look up. You can take the feet wider if you wish. Exhale, playtime. So that could mean staying here, pushing into the hands gently, maybe folding forward. If you'd like to invert the pose, you have lots of choices. Handstand play involves hands going forward, strong in the upper palm. And then as you really push through, go onto your tiptoes. If you have a headstand in your practice, it's a great way to train the legs. Coming onto the forearms. Take the feet wide. Once you're comfortable in your headstand, bring your legs together and lower your right leg halfway down. Squeeze the inner thigh muscles. And then take the legs wide apart. Left leg halfway down, right leg all the way up. Squeeze the inner thighs again. Notice how you can move more from the legs. You can top it off with a little more engagement through the abdominal core. Ooh. Using the obliques. So keep on playing around there. Go slow or fast. It's up to you. They're just a little bit different. I like to go kind of slow for a number of reasons, including to prevent hurting the plants nearby. My cat already does enough of that, so. All right, if you're upside down, let's land with the feet wide. Use your core to slow it down. And then inhale, lift the head halfway. Exhale, pause, walk the feet in a little, hands to the waist. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Goddess squat, my favorite one. So turn the feet out, you can pivot over your heels, engaging the glutes. Hands along the insides of your thighs near the knees. Get a little lower if you can. Get real low, and then sit a little bit higher to contract the glutes. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Press your left shoulder forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Right shoulder forward. Inhale, come up. Continue at your own pace, bowing and twisting. Left side of the core strong as that left shoulder goes forward. And as the right shoulder comes forward to the floor, right side of the core strong. A few more to go. Get your shoulders moving. It's really helpful movement for bound arm positions. And let's meet back in the center. Take the arms wide. Inhale, slowly straighten your legs. And then exhale, turn your right foot out to the front of the mat. Left toes in slightly, warrior two stance. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, bound side angle, right arm inside the leg. And then left arm wraps around the back. Turn the shoulder in. You can hold your back thigh or the shirt. For the next phase, we bend the knee a little more and take the right arm under the leg to catch left fingers or wrist. And breathe. If you're quite loose, you can grab the left wrist and turn the chest open. So 3 more breaths. Try to find stillness. Don't mind my movements. I have a mic pack in my pocket that gets kind of squished. So once in a while, I'll turn the sound off by accident just by binding too deep. One of the disadvantages of bound arm positions. Good. 1 more breath. Exhale, look down, hands to the floor. Come onto your left toes. Push into your hands, lift the right foot off the ground, bending the knee. So it's like a half crow pose. And then draw your shoulders away from the ears. You can play around here. Bend the elbows and come forward, just like we did in Chaturanga. And then straighten the arms to come up. And repeat that. So as you bend your arms, keep the strong spreading of the shoulder blades. That's the main action for this type of movement. Bend the arms, pause there, come forward a little more, lower the head to lift the left leg, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot turns out. Inhale, warrior two stance. Go a little bit wider. Exhale, bending into the left knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm up. Exhale, bound side angle, right arm behind the back, holding the back of the thigh, the shirt, whatever you can reach. Left arm on the inner leg or full bind. So choose your posture and then turn the right chest open. 5 slow breaths. You can tear the mat apart with the feet to awaken the primary actions of any pose. So the flexors of the front leg hip, the buttocks of the back leg. Primary actions are also reflected by the actual joint positions. And then if you do the opposite, you awaken the secondary actions. Left buttock contracts, inner right thigh contracts, squeezing into the center. And then exhale, hands down, lift your right heel, coming onto the toes. Pick up the left foot, half crow form. Shoulders away from ears, pulling the hands back. Okay, round your back, phase 2. Stay round, bend your arms, and then straighten them. A few more times. I'm having a hard time talking. This is really difficult. Okay, next phase, bend the arms. Come more forward, lifting the right leg. Exhale, Chaturanga. Bring your pelvis down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale through a seated position. Sitting at last. Right leg to the cradle rock stretch. Oh, where does the time go? We only have 5 minutes. I have a feeling I'm going to go overtime today. 30 minutes plus whatever. Let's bring that right leg over the shoulder. So you can hang out there with the knee bend. If you're a little bit looser, you can press the right arm against the back of the leg and then see how it feels to start straightening the leg out. You may want to relax pressing the arm against the leg until it's straight. So don't push through flexibility. Flexibility will come. Be where it feels good, and your body will thank you with flexibility over time. Just when you give up on trying to be more flexible, that's when your body lets you become more flexible. A few more breaths. Turning left chest open. Squeeze the leg in. And then look forward, bend the right leg, so we'll all meet at that common ground. Squeeze the leg in towards your neck and place the hands down. Phase 1, push the left heel down and then lift your hips. Do that a few times. Once your hips are up, hug your left thigh bone back into the socket. You could even drag the heel along the earth. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, good. So maybe your leg is slid down. Let's bring that leg back up. Next phase, keep squeezing the leg in. Lift your left leg and then rock forward. Ooh, this is a great place to stay. Next step, left ankle over right. Hook the ankles and then bend your elbows coming forward. Notice how close my chin is to the floor here. This is the Chaturanga position. And then press up. Try to swing through, bending your knees. As you come forward more, legs can straighten. Chaturanga, if there's space. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale through sitting. Left leg to cradle rock stretch. Big movements in that hip. I tell you, it's a jungle in here between the tiger and the jungle plants. How are you supposed to do yoga? So let's draw that left leg back. You can hang out here with the leg as close to the neck as you can get it. Use your left fingers on the floor for leverage. If it feels all right, you start to straighten the leg out, and then eventually turn the right chest open and breathe. Try to get the leg straight, and then once it's comfortably straight, play more with pressing the leg and the left arm against each other. Starting to resist in both directions, imitating the function of expensive workout equipment. And then look forwards, bend the knee, bring that leg a little bit closer in, hands down. Let's play with that first step together. So we're going to round the back a little and then lift the hips up and then draw the right thigh bone back into the hip socket dynamically, forward and back, gliding along the heel. Notice that connection of plugging the right thigh bone to the hip socket. And then we'll sit back, readjust the left leg close to the shoulder. Second variation, lift your right leg first, and then rock forward to lift the pelvis. Once you get lift off, you might cross right ankle over left. Next phase from there, start to straighten the legs, bend the arms more, coming forwards with the heart. 8-angle pose, Astavakrasana. And then press up. Try to take the right foot through, bending the knees at first. As you get lower to the floor, left leg can straighten. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One last posture from that series. Jump outside of your hands, leapfrog. Hold the back of your ankles. Wiggle the feet closer to each other. So you could hang out here. It's actually a great way to inspect your floors for dust and dander. Holding the back of the ankles, so my arms are inside the legs, holding the back of the ankles. Next step, wiggle the heels closer. Lift the heel, wiggle the shoulder under the leg. Lift the other heel, shoulder under leg, and then bring the hands to the floor behind you. Sit back and grip with the fingertips. As the buttocks drop, the legs come up. Squeeze them in towards each other.
potentially hook the ankles for Bhujipidasana, legs over shoulders pose. And then taking the feet apart, here's the fun part. Not falling back on the buttocks, but the fun part is getting up into crow. So once you're up there, keep the squeeze of the legs into the shoulders, and then you throw your head forward to lift the buttocks up. Full crow bakasana. And then come into a squat or flow through a vinyasa, your choice. Shake it out a little. Great. And then we'll meet in sitting. Bring the legs out in front. And with an exhale, lay down onto your back for bridge pose. It's going to go a little bit over today. So roll the shoulders into the floor, feet parallel. On an inhale, lift the arms over the head to the back of the mat. On the exhale, lift the hips up. Inhale, slowly lower your arms. Exhaling, lower through the vertebra. A few more. Inhale, stretch the wrist as you reach back, curling fingers towards forearms. Exhale, lifting the hips. Inhale, slowly bring the arms down. Exhale, lowering through the vertebra. So repeat that, or go into full wheel. Inhale, lift arms, but bend the elbows, sliding them underneath the shoulders as much as you can. Elbows in. Exhale, push into your feet, lifting the hips. Scoop tail to knees. Inhale, press through the heel of the palm. Keeping the feet fixed to the mat, explore straightening the legs a little bit to send your shoulders more over the wrist. A few more breaths. As you exhale, bend your knees more. Bend your elbows, top of the head to the floor. Keep that form, slowly walking the hands closer to the feet. And then press up again, drawing the elbows in, scrubbing the hands out. And breathe, full wheel. Strong in the hamstrings, strong in the core of the body. You can even be strong in the buttock muscles. But try to keep your legs parallel. Squeezing inner thighs towards the midline. And it's great to just hold this pose for a while. Sometimes we get in the habits in vinyasa of just doing a pose for like 3 breath, 5 breath, whatever. Then you just stay there for a few minutes every so often. And it opens up a whole different type of challenge. The mental challenge. Getting tired, getting bored. You just stay with it. Let time dissolve. Just be in the breath. Exhale all the way down. Laying onto your back. Take a moment to feel the residue. And then windshield wiper the legs side to side, keeping the feet as wide as the mat. And then back to center, draw the knees out to the sides and press the sacrum into the floor. So you can honor the natural curve of the lumbar spine, the lower back, which curves off the floor, and then the sacrum at the back of the pant line pushes down. If you're wearing high-waisted leggings, who isn't? Then you'll have to go a little bit lower than the pant line. It's like right above the top of the buttock. Good. And then you can go into happy baby or the wide-legged variation. You can let your sacrum curl up a little bit now. You're also welcome to move all the way into plow pose, holding the big toes with the knees bent or straight, letting the weight fall over the shoulders more. And then slowly roll up to sitting, bouncing on the back of the sitting bones. And then releasing the posture, feet together, knees wide. Barakonasana, bound angle. Inhale, hold the soles of the feet, lift and open the heart up. Exhale, fold over the legs, contracting the buttocks, and breathe. Inhale, slowly come on up. You can keep your right foot as it is. Take the left leg out to the side. Revolved head to knee pose, or Parivrita Janushirshasana. Left hand to the bent knee, right arm up on an inhale. Exhale, side bending. Reaching over that left leg. There's also the option to reach for the foot with one or both hands and invite the knees even further apart. Strong in the core, inhale to come up, arms wide. Exhale, right hand behind you. Spin the left leg in, plant the sole of the foot, and reach back through the left arm. This is a really great counter pose for the legs over shoulders, arm balances. And then exhale, slowly sitting back, other side. Left foot in. Take the right hand to the bent knee. Inhale, left arm up, turning the chest over to the left, and then exhale, side bending. Great place to stay. You can get full benefit holding your knee, although it can be quite nice to reach for the foot if you have that range. Taking the knees a little bit wider apart gradually. And then strong in both sides of the core. Inhale, come up, spread arms. Exhale, left hand down. Reach through the right arm on the in-breath, lengthening side body. You might also feel a nice release in the psoas around the front of the right hip. It's one of your deepest core muscles, connecting the thigh bone to the lower back region. And then exhale, slowly sitting back. And we'll bring the legs out in front. Take a long breath in. And with an exhale, make your way down onto your back. Taking rest in Shavasana. And take a moment to notice and feel the energies of that practice. Those types of arm balancing can be quite grounding, but also pretty intense, so it can have an interesting effect on our energetic system. We get really deep into the apana, which is the energy of rooting and rounding and feeling stable and exhaling. Yeah, we also ignite the anxiety and alertness of the prana pattern, the pattern of inhaling and opening to the unknown. And take as long of a rest as you're able to. If you'd like to do more practice, by all means, go ahead. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, for another episode of Short and Sweet, legs over shoulders variation. So thanks for coming. I'll leave you to enjoy rest on your own. Peace.